recording. When you look at this first one, you notice how both of the bases are the same. So if the bases are the same, that means you can actually drop the base and simply set your exponents equal to each other and solve. So we would get x equals 3. Would it work? 2 times 3 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. So in both cases, we have 5 to 6. So the next one, you'll notice once again, they're like bases. So I can drop my bases and simply set my exponents equal to each other. So x equals 3. Okay, so we don't get to stay there long. Now we have to up the game a little bit. 8 has a base of 2. So now I do 2 cubed raised to the 2x minus 3 equals to 3x plus 7. Now I've got them to a like base of 2. So as I pull this down, I'm going to multiply this. So I'll get 6x minus 9 equals 3x plus 7. So everything that wasn't the 2 came down. Subtract my 3x, add my 9, and I get x equals 16/3. It's ugly, but it's okay. We don't have to do anything with it, so don't worry. No need for the long sigh. Oh. It's all good. Okay, so then now look at this one. This one's a little different too. 125 has a base of 5. But then the next one, 2/10. Make sure we put that in parentheses because otherwise that exponent will only go with the numerator, which means anything you do after you will get wrong because it will be bad math. Isn't 2/10 the same thing as 1/5? Mm-hmm. So I can cancel this out and reduce it to 1/5. So now I'm going to take that 5 that's in the denominator and I'm going to raise it to a -1 to put it in the numerator. We okay with that idea? So now I got the like base of 5. So I can do 3 is going to go times x minus 1. And -1 is going to be 1 minus 2x. So then we get 3x minus 3 equals -1 plus 2x. Subtract my 2x, add my 3, and I get x equals 2. We okay with that one? Okay. So here's the thing where you got the same bases, right? If you have the same bases where b cannot equal 1, why do you think b can't equal 1? One to the power of anything is still 1. So if I have, say, 1 to the 2, wouldn't that equal 1 to the 5? So if I drop the bases, are those exponents necessarily going to equal each other? So that's why it can't be that. B also has to be greater than 0. Okay? So then if our b's are not equal to 1 and greater than 0, then we can drop our bases. So let's go on. We got a 2. We got 2 to the x minus 1. Square root of 2, isn't that 2 to the 1/2? So same basis, so I can bring my x minus 1 down, my 1/2 x plus 2. Now at this point, you could either distribute the 1/2 or you could make the fraction, the denominator go away. What do we want to do? So if I make the denominator go away, what am I going to multiply by? 2. So that would give me 2 times x minus 1. And let's see if you can get the right side right. The right side should just be x plus 2. When you multiply this piece right here, this is one whole term. It's 2 times a half times x plus 2. So that 2 doesn't distribute to both things that you're multiplying, right? So then after that, we got 2x minus 2 equals x plus 2. Subtract the x, add the 2, and we get x equals 4. Had you distributed instead, you would have had x minus 1 equals 1/2 x plus 1. If I take x minus a half, I just get half x. And then it'd be 1 plus 1 is 2. So then we multiply by 2 and we get 4. And so that one wouldn't have been too bad because it's a half. It's when you get into all those other weird ones that, you know, it gets a little more complicated and you want the denominator to go away. Okay, so now let's take a look at this one. Am I ready to get to the same base? I got multiple terms. The first thing I'm going to have to do is get it down to where I just have one term on each side. So we're going to add the 1. Now in this case, I could do a base of 2 or I could do a base of 4. Which do you think would be easier? I agree. So we got 4 to the x plus 3 equals 4 squared. Oh, I don't need my parentheses, sorry. Now we got like bases, so we can drop our bases and set our exponents equal to each other, giving us x equals -1. Is it okay for an exponent to be negative? It's not? It can. Remember, it's the base. This can be negative. An exponent can be negative. All it means is that instead of it being 4, it'd be 1/4. Right? That's okay. So here we go. This one right here would be 4 to the 6/3. Oh, hold on. I'm going to go back a step. I'm going to do 4 to the 1/3. Make sure we all know what I'm doing. And then the one on the right would be 16 to the -x. We okay with that? Questions, problems with any of that? So then we get 4 cubed. This will be 4 squared to the -x. So we would get 3 equals -2x, power to a power, multiply. So x equals -3 halves. How did it go from what? Oh, multiply these. Oh, it's 2. It's 2. It's 2. I'm sorry. So x equals -1. Thank you. Good kid. I did that last period too. They caught it sooner though. Okay, we're ready for the next one. And I think the last one. Oh, this one's just a doozy. So this one is like 1/100, correct? Raised to the x minus 1. Make sure all of that ends up in parentheses. Otherwise, only the numerator will be raised to the exponent. This right here is going to be, what? 10 to the 1/6. No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to undo that. I lied. Let's say 1,000 to the 1/6. Don't know what I'm thinking. It's time for me to eat lunch. We had EOC training during lunch. Well, I chose to go to it. There were options outside. So then 100 isn't a. Oh wait, what's the base of these? What base are we going to go to? 10. Good. Not 100 because 100 times 100 is not going to give me 1,000, right? Okay, so this is going to be 10 squared, x minus 1, and this is going to be 10 cubed to the 1/6. Yes. Y'all are doing so good. I am not. Okay, so now we have like bases, so we can do negative 2 times x minus 1. And we can do 3 times 1/6. So here we get negative 2x plus 2, and we get 1/2. Now at this point, you can multiply across to get rid of the fraction if you'd like. Is that what we want to do? So I'm going to multiply across by a 2, which will give me negative 4x plus 4 equals 1. We're going to subtract the 4, giving us negative 3. And then we get x equals 3/4. We okay with that? Wonderful.